Hello everybody and welcome to Knife Delights. It's another Fun Knife Friday. Boy, we get to have some fun today. For this video, I thought I would kind of go over the basics of knife sharpening, Sharpening 101. It's kind of a response video to Jersey Knife Guy and a response to Paddy's potato peelers. I'll explain this here a little later, but since it's Fun Knife Friday, we're going to have a little bit of fun first. I have come up with a special treat for you, the viewer. I have figured out a way to record the thoughts in my mind so that you can actually hear my thoughts while I sharpen the knife. So while I finish setting up for the rest of the video, please enjoy. Boy, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to think of this. First they give me guff on RJ's Knives Live. They want me to review a butter knife, and then someone says they want me to sharpen a plastic knife. I just don't know here. And then Jersey Pete, he comes out this wonderful video giving me encouragement on how to sharpen a knife. I don't know if I can live up to his expectations. Tommy, you can do it. Just remember what I told you. Come on, buddy. Just remember. Just remember your angle there. That's it, buddy. You got it. See, yous can do it. I told yous you can. Yeah, Pete, I know what you said, but I don't know if I can do it well enough. Oh, me Knife Delights. It gives me a wee bit of pleasure to see you sharpening. Oh, very good there, my little potato chip. Yeah, Paddy, potato chip this, potato chip that. I wonder if I could get by with calling him my little corn kernel. That's it. Yeah, my little corn kernel. That's what I'll call him. Okay, Tom, just watch what you're doing. Watch what you're doing. That's it. Hey, buddy, you're doing pretty good there. Remember to count the same number of strokes on each side now, buddy. Yous can do it. Yous can do it. Trust me, buddy. Way to go there, Tommy. Way to go. Hey, Tom. Thrifty Kannify here. I'm just wondering how much you paid for that knife. Just wanted to let you know that I got a box of 22 of them on Amazon for just 84 cents. Just thought I'd let you know, Tom. Yeah, right, Thrifty. Well, I got one on you. This one was free. This one was free. What's this? Oh, yeah, my little frog. I wonder how my buddy's doing. Frog. Oh, it's a bird. It's a plane. It's a frog. A frog? No, it's underdog. Oh no, I lost count. I know what you're thinking, punk. Did you stroke it 4 times, or did you do it 5? Well, do you feel lucky, punk? Well, do you? Come on now, Tommy. Come on. Yous can do it here. Keep on it going there, Tommy. Good job, Tommy. Keep on it. Oh, this is the hardest thing. Try to concentrate and try to concentrate. Oh, there's just too many voices in my head. Welcome back, everybody. Let's talk sharpening. And my approach to this video was, I thought we'd get back to the basics. Think of yourself as a boy sitting around with some other boys around the campfire. You're whittling on a stick, just enjoying life, having a great time. Your pocket knife gets a little bit dull, and you need to touch it up, and you need to sharpen it just a little bit. Well, how are you going to do that? Well, I broke out my old Boy Scout handbook, and it discusses knives and how to sharpen your knife. So the tools of a woodsman. A real outdoorsman can make himself comfortable and at home with a knife, an axe, and a saw as his only tools. They are his most useful friends and therefore should be treated kindly always. And it tells you how to maintain your knife, keep it clean, occasionally oil it. And then down here it gets into sharpening your knife. And it gives you a picture there showing how to use a dry sharpening stone and sharpen your knife. So sharpening your knife, the keener the edge, the safer your knife. A dull knife is always dangerous because it doesn't bite into the wood properly and therefore cannot be controlled. In addition, a dull knife gives you a lot of extra work even if you do manage to whittle with it. Sharpen your knife on a dry sharpening stone. Lay the blade on the edge of the stone, raise the back of the blade slightly, and stroke the full length of the edge across the stone towards you in a slicing motion, as if you were cutting into the stone. Turn the blade over and stroke it away from you the next time. Continue back and forth until the edge is sharp. Wipe the blade. So, that's how I learned to sharpen knives. In scouting, before you could use a knife there in scout camp, carry and use one, you had to get what was called your wood badge, and you went and you got safety training and other training on how to sharpen your knife, how to safely use your knife, and then they'd give you a little signed card saying that you passed your wood badge, and then you could carry your knife around camp. So what we normally had was just a little basic stone just like this. This is not a Boy Scout knife. It is a camp knife, a 3-bladed camp knife. And then I've got this little Imperial single blade knife. And I started with this one here. This one was extremely dull. It couldn't cut butter almost. So, doing just as they said, stroke it this way once and stroke it that way once. Now it's kind of hard with this small stone with that big a blade. You got to be careful you're not going to cut yourself. You don't want to catch yourself. So another method that the old timers would teach us, so we'd take our stone, and yeah, it said use a dry stone, but for some reason we got the idea that we should spit on it and get it wet, because it was supposed to be a wet stone, right? Well, that's what we thought. But anyway, the method they taught us was just to do this, do circles, and then you can evenly sharpen your blade this way. So there's a couple different methods you can use on these smaller stones. But to me, you need to learn to sharpen, and you need to learn to sharpen on a basic stone. You'll get the idea of sharpening and the experience doing this before you go out and buy fancy equipment. Start with the basics. My dad, when my brothers and I were learning to drive, he always had us drive the old pickup with a clutch in it, because his philosophy was you learn how to drive with a clutch, there's no vehicle you can't drive. And so I kind of apply the same philosophy here for any beginning knife owners and knife users. If you want to learn to sharpen, get this method down first. So I pretty much sharpened this little knife here, this single blade, on here. I did touch it up a little bit on another stone, but I did get an edge to it. And I could keep going and get a better edge on it, but it will serve the purpose. It's sharp enough now that it will cut, and it will cut paper. I didn't get a stick to whittle on because everything's frozen and under snow and ice, so I didn't go out and try to find a stick. And then this is a camp style knife here, and I did the same thing. I used this little stone here. I spent about, 10 or 15 minutes on each one of these knives on this little stone here. Got it sharp enough to cut the paper. So just to kind of kick it up to the next level, I have a Buck Knives honing kit. That's the plastic box that it comes in. It comes with 2 stones. It comes with this stone here. And then it comes with this Arkansas stone, very smooth, very fine, kind of a finishing stone. And this finishing stone kind of, doesn't take the place of, but it's kind of used, kind of like you'd use a strop. So that's to put your final edge on. And then there's a can of honing oil that came with it too. So yeah, you just put a drop of oil down onto this, and you can see it's a little bigger stone and a little thicker. It's a little easier to hold. So I'm holding it up and at an angle because of the camera here. But yes, you know, you can take and you can count your strokes. You want to make sure you maintain the same angle. And that's where I run into problems. I know I made fun of it, fun of myself anyway in the video. I have a hard time maintaining my concentration as I'm sharpening. I guess I get a little bored with it. It's funny, I can sand on a knife blade or sand on these bolsters doing restoration, and it's no problem at all. But I go to sharpening and I just lose my concentration. And if you lose your concentration, you start changing your angle. You may not get it sharpened evenly on both sides. So one thing that I've been starting to do is just work on it for 5 or 10 minutes, set it aside, pick it up and work on it for another 5 or 10 minutes. And then again, you can finish it up here on this very fine Arkansas stone there. So yes, I did get a decent edge on both of these. They will cut paper. They wouldn't before. I know that I improved this blade a lot because there was actually a chip in it. So I've honed that chip out of it. One other thing that I came up with is if this is just sitting on the table, like I'm sitting at my computer desk and I'm watching knife videos and I try to sharpen, you know, there's no room here for your fingers and that. And again, if you're holding it like this, you got to be careful. You can catch your fingers and cut yourself. So what I did, and I used a knife to take this board and cut a notch out of it. There was easier ways to notch it out, but I just thought I'd use a knife and practice my knife skills, and I need to keep going down and get it a little deeper down in there. But what that allows you to do is to set your stone in like this. Now I can sit at the computer table, rest that there, and of course, because of the camera, I'm tilting it up, but I can, you know, put this on the edge of the desk, and then I got a nice stable surface here in order to do my sharpening, and then I don't have to worry about cutting myself. And again, I can sit here and do it for 5 or 10 minutes, and then if I get bored, stop concentrating, then I can just set it aside and pick it up a little bit later. So that's basic knife sharpening 101. I do want to thank Pete from Jersey Knife Guy and Stephen from Paddy's Potato Peelers. I was on RJ Knives Live. I've been a frequent guest on there, and I'll put a little plug in. It's a great time. It's a great watch. It's at 12:30 Central Time every Sunday. It'll be 10:30 Pacific. We have great panels of guests. But, you know, Paddy on one of those, he talked about he'd like to see me do a sharpening video. So, Paddy, here's my initial sharpening video. Maybe I'll do some more. This is just the basics. So, if you're a beginning knife owner and a beginning knife user, learn how to sharpen on a simple stone. If you can do it on this and freehand it, then when you go to buy that more expensive equipment and stuff, you'll have the basics of it down already. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this. Hope you got a little bit of humor out of it. Hope you learned just a little bit. Until next time, everyone, have a very delightful day.